Well, the Let's Go Caravan and Camping Show right here in Adelaide, you never know who you're going to bump into. And I've just bumped into the Premier of South Australia, Stephen Marshall. How are you, mate?
Great to see you here. What a great show. Comes every year to South Australia. We always love it. It's very much a crowd favourite in South Australia.
Mate, what does the show mean to the economy here in South Australia?
Oh, look, there's no doubt that when the show comes, people think, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go on my next holiday? And how can I upgrade my facilities? Whether it be a caravan, whether it be a boat, whether it be tents, everything's here.
Mate, so the show's on for 1 week of the year. For the rest of the year, what does the caravan industry itself mean to the state of South Australia?
They just look forward to the 1 week of the year, quite frankly. The rest of the year, they're just thinking, when's it coming back? No, this is a really important sector for South Australia. It's a growing sector. We've got fantastic venues in South Australia, spots for people to be doing their caravan and camping. We're very excited about the opportunities for further activation here in South Australia. I've just taken over as the Tourism Minister. I'm absolutely having a ball.
Mate, you've hit the nail on the head. South Australia is jam-packed and you've got a bit of everything. You know, you've got the Flinders Ranges, then you've got coastline that's second to none. Like some absolutely magnificent places. Lately, you've had a little bit going on down here with some bushfires. How's that affected things?
Macca, look, you're right. The bushfires have devastated South Australian communities. Lives changed here on the 20th of December and then again on the 3rd of January over on Kangaroo Island. But I've got to tell you, those people are strong, they're proud, they're getting back on their feet, and they've been really well supported by the people right around the country. We've had our Book Them Out campaign, which we launched on the 19th of January. Within 2 weeks, we had seen more than 350,000 people go to the website, be referred through to different properties in South Australia. So it's going really well.
Spot on. And the campaign, I saw what you were doing there, absolutely cracking idea. How did it work for those at home that haven't seen the campaign?
Book them out, go online to southaustralia.com. You will see it all there in front of you. There are just so many fabulous opportunities.
One of the things that makes me proud about being an Aussie is how we get together when there are disasters like these fires, and we all jump in and we help each other out. But often, at the end of that, the flurry's over and things go back to normal. But to get these tourism operators back on their feet long term, there needs to be plans out into the future. What have you got sort of out there after the Book Them Out campaign?
Yeah, the Book Them Out campaign is a discreet campaign. We've already put in excess of $1 million to that campaign. But we now know that not just with the bushfires, but with the coronavirus, we've got to think more and more about developing product here in Australia, here in South Australia, for the end consumer. Now, part of that is about marketing and selling ourselves better. Part of that is about developing accommodation. Some of it is about developing unique product that people want to come and see, whether that be based upon geography, whether it be based on Indigenous stories, art and culture, heritage. There's lots of different opportunities.
Mate, you're on the money, and I think with the international things that are going, you spoke about the coronavirus, so let's focus on that for a moment. It's going to change the face of tourism all over Australia. How will it change it in South Australia, do you think, in the foreseeable future?
Look, there's no doubt this is a blow, and we see now some of the airlines suspending their flights. We don't know when they're going to come back on. But what it does also give us is an opportunity to, if you like, resell our offer here in Australia. And I hope that this year is a year where people think more and more about, instead of taking the overseas trip, maybe thinking about spending a bit of time in their own backyard. You know, for me, the first time I went up to the Flinders Ranges was probably in my 40s. I can't believe I didn't do it as a kid. My kids absolutely loved it. We've got so much in our own backyard. You're also supporting jobs in your own state. And look, remote and regional South Australia is doing it tough. We've got dry and drought conditions in South Australia, like much of Australia at the moment. Those farmers and pastoralists have been in tough times now, not for 6 months or 12 months, but some of them 3, 4, 5 years. And so when you do go and spend some money, whether you buy a pasty or a pie, you go to the pub for a counter meal, or you book in at a caravan park, you're supporting regional jobs, and that's a great thing to be involved in.
I think this, you know, even though it's a negative thing that's fired this off, for domestic tourism, keeping Australians in Australia and letting them explore their own backyard for a while, I think is an absolutely great opportunity.
Yeah, and look, the great thing about it is you can do it on virtually any budget. So you can really start off with quite a small budget, you can achieve a lot in your own backyard, right up to absolutely luxury lodges and all of the bells and whistles. We've got it all.
So from a South Australian point of view, what do you think you can do to try and encourage people from all over Australia to come and visit what you've got here?
I think what we've got to do is to spread the word, and that's what Book Them Out campaign is about. That's why we've been putting more and more money into the digital side of what we do. Make sure that our website is up to date, making sure that our images, the collateral which we put out is the best possible. More and more people are not deciding where to go based upon a brochure, but they're clicking on websites, on apps, looking at all of the advisory services that are out there. We've got to make sure that we've got the content which goes into that. So that's been a big focus for us in South Australia.
Mate, you must be a busy man. I mean, I knew you were the Premier. I didn't know you were the Tourism Minister.
Yeah, how good is that?
Your mum must be proud, eh? She goes,
She
he
is
does
actually.
a lot, yeah.
She is actually. She's pretty proud. We caught up with her earlier in the week, so yeah, she's going well. I asked her to come to the opening of Parliament a couple of weeks ago. She has said, "Oh no, I'm pretty busy. I'm going to bowls."
Yes, and there's too many politicians there.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment, Macca.
Mate, perhaps what we should do is get What's Up Down Under to come here and film something, and you can come in for a bit of a trip. You haven't got much to do during the week.
I would love it. What's up, down under? God, say that after you've had a few red
Yeah, well,
wines.
I know I've done it a
What's up,
couple of
down
times.
under? Fantastic product. So we'd love to have you here anytime. You're always welcome.
Mate, good stuff.